Well, I have been buying up another games console. This time, a little handheld unit from Anbernic. So basically what we've got here is essentially a carbon copy of the original Game Boy. Not Game Boy SP, sorry, Game Boy Advance SP, not Game Boy Color, but an actual Game Boy. And I have fond memories of not being able to get the Nightmare Key on the second dungeon in The Legend of Zelda, which took me months to figure out. Oh well. Right, so what we've got here is model RG35XX. Made in China. Where else would it be made? And it's been ticked grey, transparent white, and transparent purple. I think the transparent purple looks more like the original Game Boy. This is the unit. We'll get back to a second. And what we've got here is 101 languages for a load of nonsense which nobody is going to read. Does anybody actually read all this? I know I don't. What else is in the box? You've got this like weird faceplate cover. I'm not sure if this was meant for the for packaging or packaging. You're supposed to put that on to protect it or somehow. I don't know. No USB-B charger, unfortunately. Well, not in this purchase anyway. Probably new. You probably might get it. And this is the unit itself. Yeah, it feels a little bit plasticky and cheap, if I'm being perfectly honest. However, it is what it is. I purchased this for about £60 from a second-hand shop here in the UK called Cash Converters. And I said to myself, oh, that looks interesting. Does it play Command and Conquer? That's the only reason why I purchased it. So what do we have here? Model number RG3XX, rating 5 volt, 7.5 watts, battery lithium pro, 3.8 volts, 2600 mega amps, amperature. Yeah, made in China. And then obviously you've got the L1 and R2 and L2 and L1 buttons on the back. Yeah, I mean, it is what it is. I mean, I've got very sort of large hands, so, you know, size-wise, 1 second. Let me just go and grab something. 2 seconds. Right, I'm back. Size-wise, it's about the same size as a Nintendo 3DS. Slightly smaller. However, it is keeping with the original machine, so, yeah. In terms of what it is, you've got quite a nice, lovely screen, backlit, of course. And let's switch her on if it's not already on. Come on. If this needs charging, I'm going to shoot somebody. Ah. I've been playing Commander and Conquer on this, I must admit. The unit itself, my only problem is that it does feel a bit plasticky and cheapy. However, for £60, what do you expect? So obviously it's got PS1 games, Vertical Arcade, CPS1, CPS2, CPS3, Neo Geo, FN Neo, I don't even know which ones these are for. Main game, GBA. It plays The Legend of Zelda Minish Cap to a perfection. The screen looks beautiful, absolutely playable. I think I might just about play a little bit of Zelda on it if I can get away with it, but I might get copyrighted infringement. NES games, Super NES games, and obviously SMS game, that's Sega Master System, Mega Drive, GBC, that's Game Boy Color, Game Boy, well, it needs to be played Game Boy PC Engine, NGPC game, that's a Neo Geo Pocket, Game Gear, ooh, nice, and WSC game. Right, let's start from the top. We've got, oh, there you go, Bloody Roar. I have no idea, but the amount of games is on this is 56 for the PlayStation, well, the PlayStation 1 PSX. Obviously, I'm going to be impartial to playing on Commander and Conquer.
Allied disk detected. To play the Soviet missions, please insert the Soviet disk.
I wished I could have the hours back the amount of times I've actually played Commander and Conquer. I've lived too long playing this game. Let's go on Skirmish. This is only a very brief game I'm going to preview. It's Red Alert, not Retaliation though, folks. So yeah. In terms of the playability, I grew up playing on Commander and Conquer Red Alert, I should say, on the original PlayStation with a key of obviously a joypad or control pad, whichever one you want to call it. Unfortunately, the controllers were a little bit more bigger for bigger hands. Yeah, I mean, I've played this map quite often, to be honest. I don't tend to play too many Commander and Conquer, the missions, I should say. But yeah, it's got everything is. Let's see if I can figure it out. So circle, X, circle, triangle, square, triangle. Ah, yeah, man. That's the cheat code. So what you do is you've got the XY0. That's for the teams, and if you cancel the teams, it's circle, X, circle, triangle, square, triangle. There you go. See, that's muscle memory, and that's memory from 1998 or 1999, a long time ago. Exit game, yes please. Oh, come on, exit game. There we go. What other games is on this unit for the PlayStation 1? Not too many that's any good. Symphony of the Night, I've heard it's quite good, although I've never played it. I'm not really a big fan of that type of genre. Colony Wars. The only game that I was really interested in playing, and unfortunately it doesn't, is the second Tomb Raider. Tekken 3 plays. Let's play Tekken 3. Some of the games on the ROMs won't play. I mean, there is probably a workaround. However, that's another story for another time. Emulation machines, in my opinion, it should be up to at least Dreamcast or PlayStation 2. If this was like, could run PlayStation 2 games, I'd be very happy. Let's play as Eddie. Good name, Eddie. Doesn't rumble. What do you expect from a handheld console? And unfortunately, the graphics are rather nice on a very small screen. Go. I was never a big fan of Tekken. I was more of a Mortal Kombat, although it seemed to be bizarrely doing well now. Oh dear. I'm not cheating, I'm just randomly pressing buttons. You know, I was reading reading up interviews on the industry of gaming magazines one time, and the editor of the PlayStation official PlayStation magazine says, "No one gives a monkeys if you actually can do all the death moves on the Tekken 3. What matters is you make people enjoyable reading your content." Oh, is that me or is that him? Oh, I'm going to be killed. Yeah, knocked out. Yep, so Tekken 3 plays. Tekken 1 and 2, they're not that great. Tekken 3 was probably the best of the bunch. It doesn't play Tomb Raider 2. That is an absolute bummer. Although, trying to play Tomb Raider with a control pad when you've been used to analog sticks. And before you say anything in the comment section, I know Tomb Raider 2 did not play with analog sticks. Although, now with the remasters, and I'm thinking, just get a Nintendo Switch. Okay, B for back. Vertical Arcade and all the rest of them, they're just normal top-down type shooters. GBA. Ooh. That's more my taking. I can honestly say I've never played a Pokemon game in my life. I know that's sacrilege, but I just never got into it. I was just a little bit too old. Never got into it. How was the fun for these games? I'm trying to get to a non Nintendo specific game. Says the man who's actually going to see if he can find the Minish Cap. Oh, it's got the Link to the Past. That would be the remastered one of the Game Boy A version of The Legend of Zelda, which may I add, I wish I could get my hands on it. The Minish Cap plays fine. I'll just quickly go to Game Boy Advance and let's see if we can get on Mortal Kombat. I should be okay with this. No Sega. The Sega on the Sonic 2, it was just beep. That's the reason why it doesn't sound too good. Come on. You're not a CD based. Is this coming on? It's not coming on, is it? It worked. Oh, come on. I just fancied it. No, that won't work. Right. Let's go back. Oh, it's loading. Let's see if we can get Mortal Kombat on the Super Nintendo. Where are we? SNES. Street Fighter 2 works, no problem. I mean, I haven't tried every single game. Most of them I'm not interested in it, or I just tend to go with the games I'm used to. Oh, license from the Midway, 1993. It's like 31 years old. You can tell what the designer fault is there. So you put your thumb over the speaker. You kind of like can break up the sound. Let's play Sub-Zero. Needless to say, I won't be winning any tournaments in Mortal Kombat. Story of my life there, folks. It plays all right. I mean, it's not easy playing it through a... Got ya. I'll leave it at that. The unit's okay. For £60, I'm not going to complain. However, it's not the best. Like I said, some of the ROMs won't load up. There is a workaround with this. Although, I would still lean towards... I'm a bit old school. I like to use dedicated machinery on the Pacific platform that it was meant for, rather than buying a third-party unit and just having emulation. But things are today, these are more accessible. The D-pad's got this like weird, I don't know, you cut yourself on your edges there. And the Y, X and B and A buttons seem to be feeling a bit plasticky and cheap. But, you know, you get what you pay for. Just how many games is there for this? Come on, let's have a look. With any console, you're only looking at probably about 10 or 15 games that's any good. This has probably got Japanese releases. And I'm quite frankly, I'm too tired to go through them all. 1,494 games on the Super Nintendo. Yeah. Shut down. Goodbye. that's it. That's my review. If you're after a cheap and cheerful handheld games console that plays emulation of some of the decent games, I mean, for the Legend of Zelda Minish Cap alone, you probably couldn't get a Game Boy Advanced SP, not the GBA, under £60. And I know for a fact the Minish Cap is probably leaning towards. I saw one in CNX for about maybe £40 to £50 a couple of weeks ago. It is what it is. I mean, I like playing Commander and Conquer, as you can tell on the channel. Don't particularly like playing much of the other games. You could probably load them up with... well, you don't need to load them up. You're loading them up with the games that's already preloaded. And the games are decent enough. Anyway, that's me babbling on. I'd like to thank everybody for watching. God, why has it got U2 USB? Oh, we can might connect it to a... yeah, possibly connecting it up to a TV. Although I've never tried it because I've only got an old TV and I don't think it would work. Not bad, actually. This is going to be sold. Take this back to where it comes from after I do the review. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. And if you're after a cheap and cheerful games console, I believe these are doing the rounds on TikTok at the moment. Don't believe the reviews on there. That's it. Thank you very much. I'll see you next time.